Welcome back to Michelle on Demand. I'm Michelle Rawls, licensed nutritionist, nurse, and specializes in diabetes. Yes, so diabetes management. All right, so welcome back today, everyone. I'm super excited to be here. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Guess what, guys? We are 27 days into the new year, and you're still here. This is super awesome. So keep up the great work. You guys are doing a great job. We're going to keep tapping in on the weeks that you are here. Not so much the days anymore, but the weeks. And there's a reason why. There is a reason why. I always have a method to my madness, guys, I promise. All right, so let's dive into today's topic. So, as you guys know, I host a podcast with my really good friend, William Goodwin. He is the owner of the Leader of You initiative. And we came to the Mindful Nuggets podcast together because we just work really well together and we bounce off of each other really well. He does mindset, I do nutrition, and together with mindset and nutrition, you get this great leadership that comes out. And so we are working on a 7-part series through the word nourish. And we're on the letter I today. So I thought, you know what? This is a great day to work on this with you guys before I actually go put it out on the podcast. Okay, so let's talk about inspiration. That is what I stands for. I stands for inspire. So let me just kind of break this down for you really quickly, guys. Nourish. So, of course, the letter N stood for nourish, which was growth, development, right? And then O, optimize, was for, the maximum benefit, right? And then we have U for understand, and that was, getting yourself educated, understanding, mindset and nutrition and how they go hand in hand. Restore in the word nourish, restore. So restore is to replenish. How can we replenish our mindset? How can we replenish the nourishment of our bodies and help our minds to want to grow, to optimize, to understand and be better in what we're doing? And then today we have the letter I, inspire. Now, next week we have the letter S, which is sustain. So make sure you join us on that podcast. It's on TikTok every Monday at 11:30 a.m. Central Time, 12:30 Eastern, and 9:30 on the Pacific Coast. So, what does I stand for? Inspire. And how do we inspire? So, what does it mean to inspire? How do we inspire ourselves and others through leadership, through mindset, or even nutrition? How does that even work? So, let's go in and let's define the word inspire. So, to inspire means to fill someone with the urge or ability to do or feel something, especially something creative or meaningful. It's about igniting change and hope and purpose. So, inspiration means that I'm giving you hope, I'm giving you motivation, I am providing you with a thoughtful opportunity that gives you some type of purpose in your growth, right? So, whether you're leading a team or trying to shift your mindset or making better, healthier food choices, which is where we go here, inspiration is the driving force to that. So, let's move into the actual side of inspire and leadership. So, let's talk about that. Now, I'm talking about this today because I want to be more mindful about your mindset. It is something that I haven't really tapped a lot into, yet I have. So, how I do mindset is much different than many of your mindset coaches who have strictly understood how to do mindset coaching by the book. If there's something that I learned in nursing, well, if there's something I've learned in life, period, is that you can have a book to it, you can be educated to the book, but that's not how it is in real life. So I will never teach to the book. I will teach to how life really is. So I'm just your honest person who will teach you exactly how it really flows and not sugarcoat it. That's just me, right? And I think most of you know that here. All right, so let's start with how Inspire connects to leadership. Leadership isn't just about giving orders or managing people. It's about motivating others, right? Because if we're dictating to others, what kind of respect are we getting in that? We're not. Nobody's respecting us if we're dictating orders all the time. And I get it. Military dictates orders, they command your respect. Military doesn't play into this, is what I'm trying to say. Real life plays into this. Okay. So if you are a boss and you are in charge of other people or you take care of other people, how are you inspiring them to want to work for you, work with you, sell your product? Maybe they are not all that inspired by you. Maybe you're not taking an initiative to grow yourself. Maybe they're getting the same mundane thing from you each and every time. That can be a real trigger to someone who is no longer seeing or how you are serving to their value. So we should be in some type of inspiration and mindset at all times, wanting to grow and wanting to build us into better leaders, because we all are leaders. Every single one of us is a leader, but it's how we lead as to how we actually get respect, how we get a response, how we get action taken upon what we are leading into. Okay. So if you want to inspire others, how do you go about that? How do you actually go about getting someone to be encouraged or inspired by what you're asking of them? And these are things that even come to the table when we talk about this, is if someone is in your realm of you being their boss or you leading in some way, if they're not nourishing their bodies correctly or even understanding how to take care of themselves, because maybe you haven't led with that example, how do you expect them to have that mindset of wanting to be in your realm? I guess we'll just say that. We'll just be in your presence, right? Because one of the things that I always noticed whenever I was working for others was, how did they really lead? When they speak, do they do as they speak? You know, those people who do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, I'm not that person. I am, if I'm not leading you and you seeing me lead by what I'm saying, then that's a real problem. And I would not at that point expect you to respect me if I'm not doing, if I'm sitting up here eating all of this processed food and I'm here then talking about processed food, how is that leading you? How is that serving you? It's not. It's actually a disservice, because you're sitting here going, wait a minute, she's sitting here speaking about how, she should we should not be eating this food, but yet she's eating the food. So I want you to take this back into your day today as you go back into your world today, and maybe you do oversee people. Maybe you do have people who look up to you. We all have people who look up to us. We have children who look up to us. We looked up to our parents for the most part. And so if you've looked up to somebody, look at the whole value of them and what they offered you as to why you looked up to them. They offered something to you. They served you in some way. How are you serving others? All right. So I want to share a little story with you. Um, about some challenges that have been in my life, and I'm going to keep this short and simple because we only do about a 20-minute here. So with that being said, you know if you have not been here very long, because maybe you just came into our 2-week program, the thing of it is that my story is all about how doctors gave up on me. I didn't give up on myself. Doctors gave up on me. They wanted me to transition into hospice care, and then they would transition me out of life. And that was exactly the way they presented it. So, with that being said, I decided that wasn't the way I was going to live, but I was going to seek out those individuals who were living the life that I wanted to live. I wanted to be free of medication, no more medication. I wanted to be free of processed and ultra processed foods. So I dove into farmers. I dove into learning from people like Carrie Glassman, who is all about all natural eating, real food eating. I even went back and took her course. I've been a nutritionist for 35 years, but I hadn't practiced. Okay, so 11 years ago, I had not practiced being a full-time nutritionist. I was being a full-time nurse utilizing my diabetes management education degree with my nursing degree, not my nutrition per se. It came in, but didn't come in like it does now. So I dove back into that. I went back into classes so that I could be that nutritionist that I wanted to be, but not just that, learn from others who have healed their body from cancer, from Crohn's, from lupus, from high blood pressure, all these things. And I wanted to learn more, and I keep learning. I keep diving back into it. I'm in classes right now because I want to know. I want to keep on top of current holistic ways that we can stay away from medicine and, quite honestly, stay away from doctors. I know I am not a doctor's dream, but I promise you, doctors are needed when they're needed. But if we can keep them from not being needed or wanted, then let's serve that purpose. And in my case, doctors were not serving my purpose any longer. They were no longer helping me. They were actually hindering me from living life. And that was their goal, was to no longer keep me in this world, but to transition me out of this world. And that was their terminology. So again, I know for a fact that it was God who came right within me and said, you know what? That is not happening. This is not you. This is not who you are. Get up and let's go. I couldn't get up. I was very weak and very much in pain and tired. But you know what? I dove in that very same day. I didn't give up. I went for it. And I'm here today, 11 years later, cancer free, fighting for you. That's who I'm here for, to serve you and fight for you. All right, so let's talk about inspire and mindset. I know we talked about the leadership side. Let's talk about the mindset side. So let's talk about how inspiration can transform our mindset. So the way we think shapes the way we live, right? So the decisions we make, especially in our food choices, is the decisions that we live with. So we made a decision to eat a certain way for many years, and now we're here. Now we're ready to learn a different way. Great. That's what I'm here for. That's why you came to me, because you're ready to learn a different way. With that being said, we also must keep our mindset on track with how we think, because that is how we will continue to live. So we must give ourselves the hope, we must give ourselves the motivation, and we must give ourselves the direction. How do we do that? So seeking inspiration every day. Let's start there. It could be as simple as reading a book, right? It could be listening to a podcast. I got 3 of them for you. And it could be spending time with people that lift you up. So, guys, I'm a part of the Smile Connection Initiative by Martha Cooter and myself. We started this together. And, I haven't been a part of the initiative for about a week. I have been so busy. But you know what? That's an excuse. I'm making an excuse for not taking a moment to share why smiling at someone or saying hello, how are you, or have a good day, or have a great night, or thank you for holding the door for me, how much that changes someone's life. You literally speaking to someone who's got their head down, who's maybe in their phone, and you say, hi, how are you? That could be life changing for them. They could be in the middle of a moment of really having a problem, but you going out of your way to say, hi, how are you today? And really getting them to respond to you in some way, whether it be a smile, whether it be, I'm great, thank you, or not so good, buzz off. I don't know, but whatever the case may be, you never know when you could be impacting someone's life. I was on TikTok today before the daylight hours actually came about. Um, and with that being said, I was listening to a lady who she was in the store. She had a older lady in front of her. She kept thinking to herself, wow, I've only got like 3 items. This lady's got a lot of items. I wonder, if she would just let me go in front of her. And she said God spoke to her and told her, hey, pay for her stuff. Pay for her stuff. She kept hearing this over and over, pay for her stuff. So she waited until the last item got rung up and she told the cashier, she said, put my stuff with this and I'm paying for her stuff. The lady was like, no, no, you cannot do that. She insisted, she did it. She went outside and she told the lady, which her name is Chris. And she said, the lady who actually paid for her stuff, her name is Rachel. The lady who she was paying her stuff for, her name is Chris. Rachel said, it was on my heart. God was talking to me, and I'm a servant of Him. I'm His hands, I'm His feet. And He told me to pay for your stuff. The lady was so grateful. Let me tell you the end of the story. This lady is battling stage 4 lung cancer. She really didn't have the money. And Rachel had the money. She could do it, and she did it. God placed that upon her heart. It was the smallest gesture, and yet it meant the world to Chris. So you never know who you can impact in your day just by a simple smile. You never know who you can change a life by a simple hello. And that leads me to a shout out to a really good friend of mine, Darshna. Her name is Darshna Hall. She is a wonderful person. I really wasn't feeling it this morning, really wasn't. My smile was not really there. I haven't felt the best today, just to be honest. I mean, I'm always honest with you guys. But I'm here. I'm here for you guys today. I will always be here, no matter how I feel. I will be here. Now, if I'm really bad, I'll let you know. And then at that point, I just hope I'm in your prayers. But I'll let you know. With that being said, though, I wasn't feeling the best today. I'm here with you guys. Darshana reached out to me with an intention of something, and she really just changed my whole outlook for today, guys. And that reminded me that when days are not as good as we would like for them to be, we need to reach out and we need to connect. We need to be motivated, inspired by others. We have people who make us laugh. We have people who keep us, happy and on our toes and thinking ahead when we don't feel like it. Reach out to those people, connect with those people. And if you don't have someone, reach out to me. Let's connect. Tell me you need me. Tell me I will be right here for you. All right, so that brings me back to visualizing your goals. All right. So inspiration comes when we remind ourselves of why. Why are we on this journey? I wanted to feel better. I was tired of feeling like crap. What about you? Why are you here? Why did you come today? You came for a reason. You have a reason. You're here for a reason. So stay in that visual aspect of where you're going and why you're here, because that will keep you motivated and inspired. All right. So overcoming your limiting beliefs. That's another huge, huge thing. Sometimes we have to inspire ourselves to move past self-doubt. Okay. A single affirming thought can change your day. Repeat that after, all of this, repeat this to yourself. I am capable. I am strong. I am enough. When you say this over and over, go stand in a mirror. I am capable. I am strong. I am enough. I am a loving, authentic, powerful woman. I've said this so many times. I am a loving, authentic, powerful woman. And when I say that, I feel it because it is me. So again, who are you? Ask yourself who you are. Sit down and think about it. Put it down on paper. Who are you? All right, well, I'm going to save the last part of this episode today for us to go over tomorrow. All right, so meet me back here tomorrow and we will finish up the word inspire. And I'm excited because this has actually been really good. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I've got a grandbaby that just isn't complying today. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up for today. Thank you for coming here to Michelle on Demand. Go ahead and open up the lines here, and that's a wrap. I'll see you guys later, and let's go ahead and get your questions answered today and get your group coaching going. All right, guys, go ahead and open up your lines.